Quick thank you to Sleep Number, Jackbox Games, and Harry's for sponsoring this episode of the SmoshCast. And Olivia was this girl that I met. She had us all sit down. She's like, guys, I'm auditioning for this channel called Smosh. I have no idea what I'm doing. And like we all sat there and she was being Olivia.
But we were working ourselves to death. What we were doing was not sustainable. Like we worked 12, 14-hour days every single day and did a lot of the work.
And the hangman sketch, that moment that like gets played a lot when I'm sitting there kind of pausing, I really think I was sitting there kind of thinking about what was happening in that moment. I was kind of like, holy crap, we're doing this.
Did I put 16 on here?
Oh my God, this podcast is over. We are 50 minutes in, Ian.
No.
Read your 15 things.
Okay,
Ian
so
Andrew Hecox.
we are going on a hiatus for the SmoshCast. We're not saying the SmoshCast is going away forever. This is a break.
The fact that I think someone is doing this and putting in the work, trying to get me to pay them to be my regular psychic.
That's so weird. How much personal information did you give them?
Okay, so I really wanted to know my moon sign and my rising sign.
Oh, this is real.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to know my moon sign and my rising sign. So I started typing in like my birthday, the town that I was born in, like things like that.
Did you just dox yourself to the psychic?
No, not that heavily.
But to this person directly, it was like a DM?
It was a website. That's supposed to, like a website where it's like you learn, like, which is it's a common thing. Ian, you're doing that thing where you're like mad, but I like haven't even
You look
finished the
manic.
story.
Your eyes were like...
Yeah.
I'm like, how much did you give them?
So I give them like the birth date, the time, the general area that I was born in. And then at the very end.
Social security number.
And then it asked my name. But then it was like, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And then it was like, okay, so what's your email so that we can send you all these things? I was like, no, this should have been a generator. Mm-hmm. But like I had already started typing in my email, but I didn't press enter or submit. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do this. And I exited out, right? Then a day or so later, I get this super long email like, I feel like you're reaching out to me in an emergency. Things seem urgent. I can sense your energy and you seem like a very extraordinary person. We need to talk. And like, I've still been getting emails and emails and emails that are super long. Like, I decided to sit down and read one that was like talking about who I was as a person, what I'm dealing with, and how happy I am in certain aspects of my life. Some things I was like, yeah, that's true. And other things I was like, no, that's not true. Mm-hmm. So it's just very interesting that like it could very clearly be someone typing up a lot of stuff trying to get me to like pay them to be my regular psychic, or it's a robot.
That stuff frustrates me. I mean, whether it's a psychic or a robot, they're going to type the same stuff to everybody where it's like, you are fiercely loyal but aren't afraid to take your own time when you need it. You are someone that has had to learn how to put up boundaries and respect yourself over time. You are someone who...
Damien, you should be a psychic.
But yeah, it's weird though, because like I never pressed submit on my email. And it still somehow got it. So that's a little heads up for you guys. Be careful with where you put your
Maybe they logged your keystrokes or something. I don't know.
It's pretty weird.
That's a pretty sus website.
Sounds pretty sus.
Yeah.
I did one of those
once. It would ask me
though.
like where I was born and like my name. I'd be like, well, do you need? But I mean, I guess to figure out those like signs and stuff, you have to give them that info.
Yeah.
And I don't personally subscribe to that belief, but if you do, that's okay. But I did it once
you just haven't subscribed.
I just wanted to be able to know my signs.
Totally. So I did that once before as well. And I had to put in like birth date and
the time.
And even messaged my mom to figure out time. Apparently exactly noon.
It was 11:43 a.m.
No way. Those are both times.
Wow, high noon.
Maybe this will be safer. Hey, if you guys couldn't tell me my moon's rising sign, I was born on June 19th. 11:43 a.m. 1995.
I had a weird one happen though when I looked up that thing, and it was a generator. I didn't have to put in an email.
Nice.
Thankfully, it was I don't remember what the rising and falling was, but one of them was Black Moon Lilith. Like
that
like
sounds
the
like
Nightman cometh?
Sagittarius and like Capricorn or whatever. But then it was like, this thing for you is
sounds like
Black Moon Lilith. And I looked and I was like,
Yu-Gi-Oh card.
It does. It sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. But I was like, what is Black Moon Lilith? And it just made me feel kind of special.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I was born at exactly noon in this specific spot, and therefore I'm Black Moon Lilith.
Oh my God.
The specialist sign. But of course, someone in the comments is going to be like, actually, no, everyone has Black Moon Lilith in some house. Yours just happens to be in the 8th corner of it.
Oh, it's so funny.
But
Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hi.
to the SmoshCast.
What's up,
this is-
Capricorns?
This is the 15-year anniversary celebration podcast extravaganza
of the SmoshCast.
of the
wanna
SmoshCast.
Pop, 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 confetti.
Oh, please, none of the. My ears are still hurting from those pop.
Yeah, I can't
confettis.
wait till we run out.
Yeah. Today I'm joined by Courtney and Damien.
I'm the
and,
second one.
And remotely by Shayne in a little bit.
Yeah. He's quarantining for Goldbergs.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Because
Y'all.
cases are high right now. We got to be extra safe.
No more letting people sneeze into my mouth. Sorry, guys.
Well, I only do it when you're sleeping.
I know. I'm always more awake than you think
Yeah.
when you sneeze in my
Just so you guys know, just a little heads up. I know this may come as a little bit of a shock or a surprise. This will be the last SmoshCast for a while. I'm not saying it's going to be gone forever, but we will be taking a little hiatus to focus on everything else that we're doing. I'll explain more at the end of the podcast. But let's jump in to the cheerful times of the smoshiness.
To be 15.
It's
I'm
crazy.
glad I'm not
Smosh can almost
15.
vote, dude.
I know, and we're already just ripping fat cigarette drags.
Weren't you close to being 15 when Smosh started?
I was 17.
Okay, so
That's pretty
close.
much the same.
Closer to now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be 15 again, like going back to where I was at 15. I want to know everything I know now and then be 15.
I think you would just be really frustrated.
Probably.
I want to go back and be 18. So I can
Wreck
still do everything I
everyone.
need to do.
That's fair.
I want to have all the resources I have now, all the knowledge I have now, and then go back to being 18. That'd be cool.
That'd be a little bit better. But then would you still be like having to hang out with 18-year-olds, or would you be like hanging
No,
out
I'd be
with,
that
like,
cool 18-year-old that everyone is like, oh man, they're basically 30.
You're like wise beyond your years, bro.
You're such an old soul.
Yeah. Ugh.
I mean, but that was me anyway. Sorry, I just made this all about me. That was me. When I was 16, all my friends were like 30 something because I worked at an improv studio. And
I had a
that's
lot of older friends too.
that's all. Yeah.
Me too. older
I
friends
just didn't
too.
have friends.
You had Antonio.
Antonio Paditas.
Antonio
Adidas.
Adidas.
Antonio
Antonio
Adidas.
Adidas.
Nobody's ever said that before, and that's pretty funny.
Really?
It's pretty weird.
I copyright it.
So to kick this 15-year podcast extravaganza, Smosh extravaganza, Lollapalooza.
Okay.
Keep it in.
Sorry, I burped. We thought it'd be fun to ask, what was the first Smosh video that you guys watched? So we posted that, and a butt ton of you guys responded. So we kind of looked at
buttload.
Yeah, a buttload. So we just looked at 15 responses.
A buttrick ton.
A buttrick ton, exactly. That's
That's my hair look good. Hold on.
Courtney, your hair looks great.
Do you remember that one podcast you did where you put all the hair in
Yes.
front of your? Yeah, I want
Just
that.
for the Annabelle premiere.
Yeah. So anyway, without these guys distracting me again,
Sorry. Sorry, we're being really bad.
Jangling my keys. Like,
you guys are on something today.
it's called friendship.
All right. So anyway, we asked you guys what was the first Smosh video that you saw, and a whole bunch of you guys responded, and we picked the videos that we saw coming up a bunch. And we've kind of picked them from all around Smoshlandia. Right off the bat, Try Not to Laugh 12 with Juji Mufu.
That one did get a lot of views.
It sure did.
That one was getting like
A crazy
ton
amount of
of
Buttrick
views.
tons. I was not familiar with Juji Mufu before that.
Same.
Does he just have extreme like pulling power for people, or was that just a damn good
Like
episode?
those crazy views on
Really?
YouTube.
well, it was a great thumbnail because it was like the super buff dude with a pug head, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
I think he has a pretty big following on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it was just that kind of like that perfect merging of things.
The
You know,
verbs, yeah.
you can't quite distill it down to a specific thing unless you're Mr. Beast.
He was so funny in that one. I can see why people maybe go back and watch that one as well.
Yeah, the Juju Mufu one was extra. Like, it was ridiculous. He almost broke his groin on that one.
Beg your pardon?
Thing.
Oh yeah, the squat machine thing.
Yeah.
That one had, by the way, 34 million views.
That's 34
Is that
million
that's the
views.
most views on a Try Not to Laugh, period.
I think
I
so.
do believe
yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, by far. Because I think it hit some weird algorithmic thing where it just got recommended to a ton of people.
Yeah, I do want to like give credit to Juju Mufu's following. Like they really love his content, so it made sense that they were like, holy smokes. It was like it was a marriage of two.
It was
things.
right up his alley because like if you ever like go and watch his content, it's like so ridiculous. Anyway, another one, Food Battle 2010. Was a big one, I guess. I'm gonna guess it had a girl in a bikini on the thumbnail.
What were the foods? Do you remember from that one? Was it the rock candy versus
I'm gonna
pink
guess
donut?
rock candy versus pink donut. That's gonna be my guess.
Which one was churro?
Churro was
Before
2008.
that, right? Yeah.
And so his were always phallic things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, for a long time that was the joke that mine was like a hole and his was a phallic object.
I never got that.
Now you know.
Now I know.
Little food battle secret.
Wow.
Chili
like-
pepper.
Chili pepper.
Yeah, chili pepper is like
2010?
a wiener.
was 2010.
Wow. How big was the pepper?
Wouldn't you like to know?
About 5 inches.
She asked. She wanted to know.
God.
The next
I don't
one.
mean that's small. I don't think 5 inches is small. You said 5 inches, and I was like, haha, that's funny. That's roughly the size of a penis. Because Kevin was laughing. He laughed and rolled his eyes because I was like, whoa, 5 inches. Gonna stop backpedaling now. Let's continue.
No, let's double down. Just kidding.
I'm doing the journalistic thing where I don't say anything and I just keep staring to
And
make
hope
her
that
keep
I
saying
unravel.
more and more.
No.
Yeah.
Shayne does that to me enough. I've learned.
I just don't think Shayne ever talks.
No, he lets me unravel. He likes to see like I will self-destruct if I do something weird.
Like
He does that. He
Like
does that for sure.
If you want to destroy my sweater, hold this thread as I walk away.
No,
Sounds
totally.
like a really
No, but
cute pop
that's
song.
definitely
Watch
a thing
me
that he
unravel.
Yeah.
It's like
Anyway.
he's a really good listener, but sometimes he just listens, and so it almost forces you to dig a little deeper, like a therapist.
I think that whole chunk should be cut. I'm talking about penis pepper.
Hey,
Okay.
let's just stop.
Let's
talking
talk about the
penises. Just Dance.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
one?
I don't know. Just Dance was written on here, so I'm guessing any of the Just Dance videos.
Those ones are really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of like when we made the first Just Dance video, we didn't expect that one to like pop the heck off, and it did.
And are those like really like we can't monetize those
No,
because it's always just a ton
I
of
think
music.
back in the day we could, because you could just kind of get away with it. But then like,
Yeah, because it was gaming.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, it was also just like the auto claiming wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's the same way with Twitch. Like, you start off being able to do a lot more, and then as things sort of catch up to it, it's like, okay, this has to be restricted to Twitch Sings is going away. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Those were cool though. I remember. Sorry, I have a bad habit of trying to talk while I yawn.
I have a bad habit of talking while I burp.
Yeah.
I think we all have that habit here.
Yeah.
Every one of us lets burps run their lives.
What do you have like a favorite costume you've done on Just Dance?
Well, we only did Halloween Just Dance for maybe 3 years. I'm gonna say my definitely my Fortnite costume was
Oh
the
my
best.
god, near dance.
Mm-hmm.
The weirdest dance ever that I love so much.
The fart night. I had the
Fart
fart night shirt on.
My big secret that's not a secret is that whenever we do Halloween Just Dance, I just want to get a cool costume that I can also take home later.
Yeah,
So
I
now
noticed. I noticed that.
But like, it's what I would do anyway, right? Like, I don't do gag costumes. I do like, I want to do a cool anime thing, and so I
Yeah.
do.
I like when Noah like totally like he came in as Billie Eilish before like any. Well, you
Yeah.
I
probably
had no idea.
You
who she
probably
was.
you
Billie
knew who.
Eyelash, and
yeah.
I hadn't seen that like anywhere yet.
Yeah, like I hadn't even heard of her before.
Yeah.
Like he called it, man.
She was like a
bit.
toddler by that point.
She was like
Goodness.
4, yeah.
Little tiny baby.
She's like -8, dude.
Here's another one. Every Starbucks ever.
Oh,
Really? Wow.
that was like our first time finally coming for a brand. I feel like on every blank. Like we were always too scared of it for some reason at Defy to like mess up either relationships with brands
Yeah.
or to get sued or something.
Yeah, Defy was
That
a
was
little
our first.
sketchy about
Even then, we like called it Starbucks, but like we weren't very heavily like putting the branding on set or on wardrobe or anything. It was interesting, but that one I was really proud that we did that. That was like also kind of a game changer in a way that we like started going for brands more.
Yeah.
And those ones really do pop
Yeah,
off.
'cause I think at first we're like, who's gonna care about like us doing a brand? Like, is that just gonna come off as weird? But they ended up like every time we went after a brand, they ended up being like really popular because like, oh yeah, everyone can sort of relate.
Everyone
to this.
goes to the Apple store just to mess around.
That was the first video I was in on SmoshCast.
Oh shoot,
at the Apple Store one.
Really?
I got to be just a random dude. Yeah.
Random dude number 2.
Yeah, that was nice. Thank you. Also, like disclaimer for a lot of the things we're talking about in this podcast, it's before my time in terms of working at Smosh, but I knew who y'all were, and I watched stuff as a teenager. So I'll be weighing in with that perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. I mean, this doesn't surprise me at all. Assassin's Creed 3 music video.
Iconic.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't wear briefs.
Yeah.
So good.
I mean, that's one of my favorite videos.
It's like the golden standard of Smosh content. Honestly, it's funny.
You made a T-shirt off of it.
Extremely talented. It was branded.
Yeah, the T-shirt was actually pretty dope. A lot of people bought the T-shirt.
Yeah,
it's a great song. Like you guys,
it holds up.
Final
Strangely, like I think it holds up. Like the other songs we've made, I'm like.
Yeah,
like,
because I remember for the next Assassin's Creed, you guys went with like a rock punk.
Yeah, we were
vibe.
doing like a pop punk
And I was like,
kind of
what?
thing.
I remember I was like,
Which,
you guys
I mean,
just stuck with the same genre because
that
the
was a
same
choice.
listeners.
Yeah, the audience let us know that wasn't their favorite.
This is not it, Chief.
But yeah, I don't know. There's a certain vibe to Assassin's Creed 3 that I think still holds up very much so. This one's more general, but I see a lot of people that still like hit me up asking for this, but mail time. Like I do feel like we were one of the first like YouTube channels to do like a mail time.
Oh, just like opening mail.
Opening mail for videos.
Yeah, I mean you guys were around for so long.
Yeah.
It makes sense that you guys were, because I mean you guys kind of set a lot of those things in motion on YouTube. Like weren't you guys kind of the first or among the first channels to have custom thumbnails that were like a set niche of like the text and almost like the comic booky format? I mean that's what our previous marketing manager had said, that you guys kind of like kind of set the standard back in the day.
I mean I would never claim that. I mean I think like Anthony was good at like graphic design. Graphic design is my passion. I think he was good at like graphic design. We're like, okay, how can we like really like catch people's eyes? Because that's what like every YouTuber was talking about. Like, oh, you have to have really grabby thumbnails.
Totally.
So I think we were just kind of following the trend, but we might have been one of the first to like really make them obnoxious. Yeah.
Well, I just remember as a youngin' always seeing your stuff with like, oh, there's a bikini in the photo. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was kind of y'all's thing.
Yeah. Well, you know, it worked. This next one, Stuck in the Toilet, which was a video about Anthony getting stuck in a porta potty toilet. Did really well. Great thumbnail. Great title.
I may not have seen that one.
It's a banger. Probably one of our best merch items, where he wore a shirt that was like, oh, it's my awesome shirt, and it's just like it just says awesome. It's just black text poorly written on a shirt that says awesome shirt, and we sold that.
I like that. That's a thing that has been consistent because now Anthony has the interview shirt.
Yeah.
With black text on it.
Yeah.
That's cute. I like that connection.
That one netted you guys 37 million views on that one.
37 milli.
Views.
Wow.
37 milli Bobby Browns.
To step back a little bit too, Assassin's Creed 3 was 95 million views.
Yeah, I know. That one's almost about to crack 100 million. And
all right, everyone listening to this podcast right now, go watch it, and then we'll get to 100.
I say I still go back to that one sometimes and just enjoy what it is. Like,
it's a great one. This is a song you should go back to. Boxman.
So I knew Boxman. So when I mean, I guess I'll talk about it when we do our like things, but like, yeah, I knew Boxman. Like that was something I watched back in the day. I knew Boxman.
Were you more of a Boxman or Boxman's girlfriend or Boxman for president?
Not Boxman for president. Boxman and Boxman's girlfriend.
Okay. What about Boxman 2.0?
I don't remember that. I fell off around that time because I was in that like rebellious teenage phase where I was like, I really liked it, but then if a joke didn't hit for me, I'd be like, I don't like this humor anymore, and then I would like stopped watching and then would like come back. It's just what you do as a teenager.
I know what you mean. Here's a great one. I mean, I think this is like I think I wrote this. It's probably one of my favorite videos because it hits my I like dark humor. I'm
Russell's
quirky.
my Jimmy's.
This one, Adult Magic School Bus.
Love that one. I was really excited about that one. I remember us being in the office talking about doing that.
Yeah.
Because
'Cause
we
we were-
realized that we perfectly had, like, our squad was the kids.
Yeah.
That's funny. Who was Ralphie?
Shayne.
Shayne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Typical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Research.
And then at the end, he just threw in that improv line where he's like, "My shirt has the first letter of my name.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
does that?" Something like that. It was really funny.
Yeah, that was great. And the car covered in pink sludge after coming out of a body.
Mhm.
So good.
Let's see what the inside of a cheating
Yeah.
man's heart looks like.
Dude, so good.
Yeah, I got to play Miss Frizzle, my ultimate dream.
That was amazing. And the dress just had, like, uteruses all over it.
Yeah, uterus and like Xanax pills.
Sick.
And
Like, we should sell that dress. I would buy it.
I think that might have been lost in the Defy collapse.
No, like, we should remake it
Oh,
and
remake and
make
sell it.
in mass.
Oh yeah.
And what we should do is also get Lily Tomlin to guest star on Smosh, and then you guys get to decide who's the better Miss Frizzle.
Great idea. I didn't know Lily Tomlin did the voice for Miss Frizzle.
She did.
Wow.
And so when you're watching Grace and Frankie,
Yeah.
that's Miss Frizzle right there, dude.
Whoa, that's wild.
Yeah, dude.
This next one, say it with me. Eat it or yeet it.
Wow, that was some people's first.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It was a great. We literally just had an episode talking about that show, but it was a great new like project for Smosh that's been like successful.
This next one, I skipped over it on accident. Real Death Note. You know, the anime fans came through.
Yeah.
They watched that quite a lot and has a ton of views. I think it hit some kind of like weird algorithmic thing too, because it kept getting recommended. It was like in our top 10 most viewed like of the past like 48 hours forever.
Would that have been able to be made at this point? Like, can you still say death in your...
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah?
I don't know. I really don't know.
One thing that's been really awesome about Smosh from both an insider and an outsider perspective is like how well, like if you consider the changes of internet like a wave, you have surfed every one. Like you did the bikini photos, now they're not okay, and so you stopped it. But then you had things like death and violence in your thumbnail, and then you stopped it. Like you're always able to like get the new thing. Like we can do that now, cool, and now we have to stop, cool. And you adapt. I like it.
Yeah,
we adapt.
I mean, adapt or die.
That's the T-shirt.
You have to.
That's I don't know. That's Bear Grylls' motto, right?
Oh,
But
I've never seen a bear.
It's so true in the real sense of the word. Like adapt or die. Like every time I still see people saying I miss the old Smosh or whatever. Like I think like literally humor is changing faster and faster every day, especially because of platforms like TikTok. Vine changed comedic timing forever, like influencing a lot of editing styles and. Like,
I think humor is the thing that ages the quickest.
Yeah. And people change. And I think it's good if you're not changing.
Well, it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, right? Like, Ian, if you still looked exactly like you did when you were 16 and you wore the same
freaking hot,
but you were wearing the same clothing from when you were 16 and making the exact same content when you were 16, you'd have people saying like, well, not only that, but like you'd have people saying like, look at him, like grow up, dude. It's been 15 years doing the exact same thing. Come on, man. And now that you've changed, it's like, I miss the old thing. You're not going to please everybody.
No.
Like,
and in a way, we still do a lot of the same things. Like a lot of our content has been a legacy, like the blanks in real life and things like that.
Sure.
Like whatever. Anyway, we need to get on a tangent.
Another one throwing it back to if blank were real, if horror movies were real.
Wow.
Which is a good one.
I'm
That's
trying
classic.
to remember that one.
I don't think it was before your time.
Wow. Okay, so I'm thinking of every horror movie ever.
I think so.
y'all have too many good videos. There's just too many.
Too many
Can't even
videos.
remember.
Here's a funny one, and this is specifically this episode. Part-timers ghost sex.
Of course.
I'm sorry, but I gotta say, like, you know, so we made this little series, we made this limited series called Part-timers, and we wanted to kill off a character. I think we killed her off in the best way that anyone's ever killed off a character, where she fell off a roof, and then you thought she was gonna be okay. and then she gets ran over by a car. But
Nice.
anyway, she comes back. She's the love interest of Noah, and she comes back in the next episode, the final episode. She comes back as a ghost and takes his virginity.
But it's how, like, hold on. It's how she gets to heaven.
Oh, that's yeah. I don't know why, but that's how she gets to heaven.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
I think I saw some of that episode. I didn't watch a whole lot of Part Timers, to be honest. I auditioned for one of the roles and didn't get
That's
it.
why you didn't watch it. You're bitter.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Calling it out.
It's just, but it was like kind of based off, like the whole thing was based off of the fact that you used to work at a Chuck E. Cheese, right?
Yeah.
And it was a similar thing. I think that's really cool.
And that was like pre YouTube originals. Like we got like it was financed by YouTube. It
So
was
no
like,
YouTube Red. It was just there
Yeah.
before, right? Oh, it was YouTube Red.
no, it was before
No,
YouTube
okay.
Red. Yeah, it was just an opportunity to create something cool, but it was like longer and like a fun little thing.
Nice.
yeah.
The first Smosh Summer Games.
Which one was that? Was
Yeah.
that summer camp or
That was the
camp site?
Mowgli House, Beach House, just at Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude.
we were just on Santa Monica. It was my birthday.
so
Shane
cool.
was there, but he was a ref because
Yep.
like he was so
It was his
new.
first week. I
Yeah,
think.
he
Wow.
was so new that they were like, well,
We also had
Dude.
even teams.
Yeah.
So we didn't.
I want Smosh Summer Games to come back so bad, and I want to do it
Nope.
either at a beach, in a forest for like a camp or something like that. When I joined, we started going like the Smosh Summer Games, lava, and you're like, yeah, it's 185 degrees in this location. It's been every summer games I've had. I really want to go to a beach.
No,
I mean,
nope. We're gonna find the hottest place on earth.
You did. That was
I think we-
Barstow,
Bonnie
California.
Springs. Oh, or
I think we
Barstow.
can do better. I think we can do better next time. I think we could go hotter.
I think we wanted to do a cruise ship. We were hoping that if some
Dude,
fan
yes.
whose father owned a cruise line or something would be like, I like these kids. They seem
Yeah.
fun.
Hi, I'm Trevor Royal Caribbean, and my father is
I don't know.
Charles Royal Caribbean.
All right, we need to
Wishful
keep on
thinking,
track
I
because
guess.
we're taking way too much time.
Yeah,
with this.
Ian.
Do
you
we not want
going
to comment
so
on them? Do you
slow.
want to just blow through?
I don't know. Well, I only have like one left.
Oh.
Then, but we
Okay.
have to make a pact that we're not going to comment on it
Okay.
for the sake of time.
Okay.
Just this one. We're not
Oh,
going to
but
do
I
it.
want to comment on this.
You can't. It's a part of the pact.
Ian, what is it?
It's the April Fool's video
Okay, done.
where we walked for an hour.
Oh my God. I remember that one and I thought it was so stupid.
I loved it. It was such. I mean, like that's just
was
right
great.
up my alley for
It
comedy.
actually, it was actually really genius because like it was an action movie in the beginning with Ryan Higa.
Yeah, we called it like Smosh. I think we called it we called it something that was like our first movie or something like that. So it looked like a movie.
Yeah.
It was an hour long, but then we begin it like it's an action movie. Then we're like, okay, we got to go to this place, and we walk out of the house, and we walk uninterrupted, zero cuts for
Yeah.
an hour.
And you guys had like the camera on a
That's
cart or
awesome.
something.
Yeah, had a whole rig and everything.
Yeah.
We mapped out. We mapped out like where we were going to walk in the neighborhood so that we can loop back around to that. So basically, halfway through the walk, one of us remembers that we forgot something at the house. So then we turn back
my
around
God.
and then walk back to the house. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I have seen that. Not the whole thing, obviously, but I've seen that.
Yeah.
What a way to dox your neighborhood.
Yeah. At that
Different
point,
time,
At
different
that point,
time.
people were already
Yeah.
figured out where we lived.
At least it never got to like Team 10 house level.
Dude, I'm scared to even take too much detailed like videos in my own home, like inside my house, because then I don't want people to be like, oh, that's the structure, right? Well, there are buildings that look like that in Los Angeles. No, he must live here. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird, man.
What was your first Smosh video?
Oh, I saw the Pokemon theme song. But the first one that I really like sat down and watched and was like, oh, this is a channel called Smosh. It was one of the first couple food battles or Boxman. It was one of those three, either Pokemon theme song, Boxman, or otherwise I wouldn't remember. But I was like, I must have been like 16, 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. What about yours?
I think I was like 13 or 12 or 13 when my friend showed me dolls.
Dolls.
So
Yeah.
funny.
That was
I
one of our
loved
first
it.
videos.
I immediately was like, who are these guys? I think I like had seen the theme song, but it wasn't like something that stuck out to me. But it's definitely like it was a format, like music videos, but it's you.
Okay.
I I cannot remember the last time I used a women's razor. Men's razors are just always sharper and better, and Harry's is probably one of the best ones you can use. And now new US customers can redeem a Harry's trial of Harry's by going to harrys.com/smosh. You'll get everything you need to start for just $3. Harry's founders wanted to sell products they'd be proud of, so they raised a bunch of money to buy a razor factory in Germany. They source their steel from Sweden and own the entire manufacturing process from R&D to the factory floor. This allows them to keep the prices low. Their new blades are so sharp that guys shaving 4 times a week reported that with Harry's new blades, their 8th shave was as smooth as their first. They confidently stand by their blades with a 100% money-back guarantee on harrys.com. Harry's is now available online or wherever you shop. Harry's has a great offer for you guys. New US customers can redeem a Harry's trial set at harrys.com/smosh for just $3. You'll get a 5-blade razor featuring their new sharper blades, a weighted ergonomic handle, foaming shave gel with aloe, and a travel cover to protect your blade when you're on the go. Just go to harrys.com/smosh and redeem your trial offer today.
The one I remember most is, and I don't remember which one this is from, maybe like Food Battle 2, but it was like, very good whale carcass.
Yeah.
Shut up. And so, yeah.
That was probably, I mean, that might have been the first food battle.
Okay.
Because every food battle we opened with like, that's very good.
Very good whale carcass.
Yeah. And then, we'd have some sort of like weird thing.
Well, whale carcass stuck with me.
Yeah, the whale carcass one is memorable. I don't remember any of the
I
other
have no
ones.
idea what that's from. What else?
It's just a new shut up.
Well, guys, now we're gonna get to the real meat.
Oh man,
of the
that
conversation.
was the appetizer. Psych.
So since it's been 15 years, we thought it'd be great to talk about. So because I've been here for 15 years, not y'all, I'm gonna let you know what I think were my top 15 Smosh moments.
Wow.
And Damien, Courtney, and Shayne will then give their top 5 moments, which will then combine into 15 between the 3 of you. All right. Well, I sort of wrote this chronologically. Do you think I should start? I'll start from the past and work my way up.
Yeah.
Top 15 Smosh moments.
Number one.
So number 15, technically, right?
15
I
number.
mean, depends how you want to count. Did I put 16 on here?
Oh my God, this podcast is over. We are 55 minutes in, Ian.
No.
Read your 15 things.
Okay,
Ian
so-
Andrew Hecox.
All right. So,
was Anthony.
while Smosh started on a website, it wasn't really like anything like what it is today. Then we made a MySpace, we made a couple of videos, that's fine. But the big moment was when we got our first video on the front page of YouTube. And then the second video on the front page of YouTube, which then was the Pokemon theme song, which then rocketed to the most viewed video of all time on YouTube at that time.
Wow.
So that's my number one,
That's
which
cool.
is getting that video on the front page. Because once you got your video on the front page, that was like the only way to like really, really get discovered on
Yeah.
YouTube. So that was a big ol' moment.
Nice.
All right, number 2, becoming one of the first 10 channels to be monetized. So
Wow.
yeah, so YouTube said hit us up and they're like, hey, like we want you to be part of this thing we're calling the partnership program, where we're gonna guarantee you a certain amount of money and then you have a chance to make more. Basically, we're just gonna put ads on the. We're gonna put an ad, like a little pop-up ad, in the video, and
Like those little lower thirds.
Like
You
you're
X
watching
it out.
Fox and it tells you like Family Guy Sundays.
basically.
And
But
yeah.
you could. It was like a little guy that came up and you can click
Yep.
X on it.
yeah,
then,
yeah.
Cool.
And we were like, gosh, like people are like, our viewers are gonna be so pissed that we're like putting ads on our videos. They're gonna be so pissed at this little pop up, and they were, but
Sell out.
but it's so funny because like nowadays, like we'll sit through 2 pre-rolls, unskippable pre-rolls, and then like 5 mid-rolls if you're watching a video that's like 20 minutes long.
See, that's the funny thing about the way the mindset has changed. I don't remember where I saw this, but it was like if you were a band in the 90s and you were on like a commercial or something, people would be like, sellouts, you suck. Like your music sucks because you're sellouts. Nowadays, like if you're a creator and you're doing a brand deal, people are like, yes, get paid
it.
by Denny's.
Get
yes,
it.
Queen, get that money. And
Yeah,
you're like,
it's
that's
totally changed.
That's a
Yeah.
flip.
It's like because they see you as a person now.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
not just this person who's like
also it's
a
an
movie star. And
also it's an aspirational thing. Like they want to be that, so they don't want to be hypocrites. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I don't think every single viewer like wants to be a famous YouTuber sellout, but like I would say it's definitely more of an like the world is just getting more and more covered by advertisements like everywhere you go. But I think also at the same time YouTubers are definitely being or just like high profile people are being seen more as people
I would agree with that.
nowadays, and social media has a lot to do with it. But
so we got that money, which then allowed us to number three, move out of our parents' house and into the Smosh house.
That's pretty
It's the very first creator house. I just want to put it out there.
First type house was the Smosh
yeah,
house.
that's right.
So when Courtney was talking about like, yeah, you guys pioneered new thumbnails, you're like, I don't want to claim that, no.
Yeah.
But you're definitely like, this is the first house of creators ever. We know it.
No, it's not really though, because it was just like two guys living in a
Yeah, but I mean,
house.
then eventually had like 5 people sleeping there to make YouTube videos. So like literally, you're right.
It was two guys, but then also we were joined by teleporting fat guy. So
Teleporting fat guy.
I remember teleporting fat guy.
I've only seen a clip of it.
oh man, teleporting fat guy was great. Probably wouldn't fly these days.
So I'm saying.
Calling a guy fat guy. Okay, so 4. Number 4. Going to VidCon and meeting large amounts of viewers for the first time.
For the first time, what was your first VidCon?
The very first VidCon.
What year? What year was it? 2011? Don't roll your eyes at me. I'm 5 years old.
I'm falling asleep because I'm trying.
Now
It's
she's
overloading
calling
my
a
brain.
cab.
It's overloading my brain. I'm trying to like. It's been so fucking long.
You have a phone in
2009,
your hand.
I think. I think it was 2009.
Wow.
Because we've been to every single one. The VidCon before this one that didn't happen was the 10-year anniversary, right? So that was 2019. So
okay, yeah. That
so
was a really fun one.
2009,
Wow.
which is like the first time because like we like ran into viewers like on the street and stuff, but this is the first time where it was like YouTubers were getting together, meeting each other for the first time, and then like there being like I think there was like 1,500 people there.
That's crazy.
Which was insane at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that was it was just such a weird experience.
I remember my first VidCon with you guys when I was just I had the purple badge and like you guys were still doing signings, which feel like so outdated now.
Yeah.
And like people didn't know who we were. So they like we'd ask for just pictures with you guys, and I was like learning by watching you guys how you guys greeted fans and how you interacted with them because like that was so new to me.
And you'd always tell people just like "F off."
Yeah, I thought that's what you're supposed to do.
Go off.
Cough.
Don't make me get the hit and stick.
Inside joke. Yeah, I don't know. That was a cool first experience and trippy for sure.
Yeah, the first VidCon experience is always weird for people. Number 5. Launching content from E&H, or as it is now known, Smosh Pit.
Yeah.
So we wanted to start releasing more content. We were doing like stuff on just the Smosh main channel. We were like, oh, well, people were starting to make like second channels. I was like, well, I have my channel, which I don't put anything on. I just use it as a user. And so we started uploading videos to there.
You had your Ian is bored. Like you were doing really weird stuff.
Well, that's what we started doing.
Yeah.
So we were like, what kind of videos can we make? And I was like, well, Anthony does all the editing for the main channel. So how about I make some of my own videos and edit those and call it Ian is bored.
You know what's crazy to me is I can't think of many other channels that have a second channel from that time that survived. Like I think about like Philip DeFranco, and he started like Bam Bam Kaboosh.
Well, Philip DeFranco started like a gajillion channels.
I know, but they've all gone away.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. And like Cassim, not Cassim. Ray William Johnson of Equals 3 had Your Favorite Martian.
Yeah,
that went away. Like all these things went away, and yet Smosh Pit, like Smosh, adapted and became its own thing.
Yeah, Smosh Pit. Yeah, adapted.
It's incredible
multiple times.
But you had to.
Yeah,
because
so then we launched with Ian is bored, and then I think shortly after that, lunchtime with Smosh, which is kind of like our like hang out with us kind of thing because we never had a direct connection with our audience. So that was our first time of like, okay, you'll send questions and we'll answer them. Then we did mail time with Smosh. Then it became less of like Ian channel, more like us together.
And that's when when did you name it Smosh Second Channel?
That's right. We call it Smosh Second. We turned it into Smosh Second Channel, then to Smosh Pit. I'm an idiot. I don't remember. I think that was whenever YouTube like was, since we were in their good graces. I think they were like, oh, like you can change the channel name. I don't remember. It's been a long time. Okay, give me a break.
I won't.
No.
I'll never give you a break.
Okay, so yeah, so E&H, Smosh Second Channel, Smosh Pit. Number 6, shooting the Legend of Zelda rap.
That one I almost like more than Assassin's Creed sometimes, because that instrumental was fucking fire.
Oh yeah, the instrumental's good. The rapping, not so much. Because I was just like trying to find rhymes, like funny rhymes. Like I was more focused on trying to like tell a joke than to like sing a good song. You know?
I think it's still like a lot of the lyrics are really good. Like I'm trying to remember it.
There's like
Lil Wayne references. I remember. Okay,
like Katy Perry, Lil Wayne references. Obviously, the one which I mean, like I can't defend it. I mean, I could say like, okay, he's a villain, so he would like, but he says like LANK, more like LIN gay.
Yeah,
where it's like, well, he's like a villain.
Yeah,
like, of course he has like bad taste in like, name calling.
That crossed my mind when I had watched it like in a later way. I was like, that's still in a way.
And we were also like kind of like, we were iffy about it then, but we were like, I don't know, he's Ganondorf, he's an asshole.
Yeah. We just won't do that again.
Yeah, exactly. But shooting it though was just like, we had never put so much money into a video before.
And it wasn't branded, right?
No, it wasn't branded. It was just kind of a gamble. We were like, okay, well, we might make some of this back in like album or song sales back when people would buy on songs on iTunes. And yeah, we'll just go for it. And I just remember thinking like, gosh, this is so cool. Like I got like this makeup done. We got this makeup art.
Didn't you get a horse at one point?
No.
There's no horse in that?
There's
Are you
no
sure?
horse. There's no horse. Never had a horse in a video.
That's Mandela effect. There's no horses.
There's a horse and carriage drive-by in Assassin's Creed 3. The carriage was real, but the horse was fake, right? Wait.
I don't think there's a horse.
We never showed a horse. We just showed the carriage.
There's no such
horse
thing as
and carriage
horses.
drive-by, bullet in the chain. That was one of the sickest lines. Thanks, Ryan.
I could have sworn I remember
No
a shot
horse.
of
There's
you
no
on
horse.
a white horse.
Nope.
It's
You know what?
crazy.
While you're doing this, I'm going to pull it
happen.
up silently and watch.
But we got this really great cosplay designer to create the outfit. She was also Zelda.
The Zelda wig from that video is Brianna Boho's wig.
What?
Yes.
Oh, Zelda. I was thinking Link.
No, yeah. I like that's Zelda's
crazy.
wig. And it's on its last legs, man.
There's no horse in that video.
Fucking A, why am I crazy?
I'm watching right now, and if there's a horse,
because you're a horse girl. You just imagine
if there's
horses.
a horse,
and
we're gonna
things.
fight.
It's so pretty. The graphics and like the lighting and everything is gorgeous.
The color was good.
The stream, and you guys put like that moon in the background.
Oh,
and
that was an Anthony touch, I believe, or maybe it was
love
the stars.
that.
I don't remember. But
When you told me about it, it was the stars.
Yeah, there's the moon. Yeah, there it is.
There's
Just
the moon.
we rented like a really good camera for it. It was our first time using like this sort of like small crane. There's no horse, trust me.
Ian,
But, like,
we're gonna
we-
see if there's a horse. My dude. We're gonna see if there's a horse.
But yeah, I mean, like it was just a wild experience because we put like so much into it. Like I remember waking up at like 4 or 5 a.m. getting the ears put on me, and then we drove up to the mountains, like a 2-hour drive, in order to make it to this like beautiful like plains area in the mountains. Like we put a lot of effort into that video, and it paid off. Actually, it did really, really, really well.
You know how like songs do part 2s sometimes, or like remixes to their own songs? What if we did like a Breath of the Wild remix and like had that same?
That'd be awesome.
Because I love that the melody.
I did
Yeah.
find a horse, by the way.
What if we did an
Sorry.
updated version of that with Breath of the Wild? Because they're making a new Breath of the Wild.
I believe you. I found the horse.
Love that. I don't get it, but I love that.
It's Snoop Dogg in a Halloween costume. Sorry, but I'm listening. I think that's a good idea. And I'm going to double down. I think it'd be cool if we did a very minimalistic song style because that's what Breath of the Wild did. And so we could take those little like
Well, the whole point of a
tinkly-dinklys and
remix or part 2 is like it's the same backbone of the song,
Got it.
melody-wise.
You got it.
I think that's something really cool, and it could still be topical since the new Breath of the Wild's coming out. I'm pitching it on here so that it's almost
So that we
impossible
have to
to
do it.
ignore.
Oh no, it's deleted.
No, Kevin, be on my side. We were just talking about Breath of the Wild.
Number 7.
Yeah, damn, we're only through 7 of Ian's. Good
shooting
God.
Smosh the movie. Similar kind of vibes, just being on something that was so beyond what we ever did before. Just we never prepared for something that big. We never done something that big. And it was a very special moment. Connected to that, number 8.
Number 8.
Number 8.
The Smosh the movie premiere, which
yeah.
you know, I'm sorry, Damien, still before your time, but that was flippin' insane.
That was
So,
trippy. Jenna Marbles came.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of influencers that
Mystery
came that were
Guitar Man.
invited. But the big thing was like we had worked with Awesomeness to make that movie. They co-produced it. And
Shane and I worked with Awesomeness before Smosh.
cool.
Before we joined Smosh, I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, I'm not
Connecting
able
the
to
dots.
contribute to most of this because it is before my time, so me for saying the one thing that connected Ian. I'm just going to sit back here with my arms crossed and nod.
Thanks. Anyway, back to me.
Yes,
No.
back to you.
Sorry. That was mean.
No, it's
Continue,
okay.
continue.
Leaving it.
Yeah, so Awesomeness was like, dude, we gotta make this thing huge. We gotta have this big premiere to show this is like for real and
That's
this is like a
crazy.
big deal. So I'm pretty sure they like bankrolled this just ridiculous premiere where they rented out this theater that,
A lot of big premieres are at.
yeah, we've gone to a bunch of premieres
We went
there.
to the Annabelle premiere was at that theater.
Oh,
I'm
that
pretty
one?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
I'm pretty
fancy.
sure.
Yeah, the Fox Theater in Westwood.
Oh, they spend
Yeah.
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, they like closed down a road. They
The
had a
street.
huge red carpet. They had like all this stuff. The theater was
Well,
like,
they got a sponsorship too. Trolley.
oh, it was like trolley. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like there was like 800 seats and we filled like half of them with fans.
It was awesome.
Dude, it was crazy. Oh,
you
we
guys
also
had nice suits on.
yeah,
and
we
your
had,
and Madame Tussauds.
Mhm,
Had
mhm.
you had your wax figures there.
Yeah, we debuted the wax figures. It was a crazy day.
That's awesome.
I think
Yeah.
that's awesome for you, dude.
And I mean, like, you know, whatever, regardless of everyone's feelings on the movie, like it was a very special moment. Okay. Number 9.
Number 9.
Selling Smosh. Well, actually, this would have been before, but whatever. Selling Smosh to Defy. Again, regardless of people's opinions and whatever transpired, it did help us become what we are today. If we didn't make some kind of partnership like that, I don't see how we would have ever
No
gotten
way.
this far.
Mm-mm.
So regardless of like what did transpire, they helped us a heck of a butt ton. I gotta give props where props are due. Well, we had sold to Alloy, then Alloy merged with Break to become Defy. Yeah,
Sounds
so-
like it should have been the other way around.
I
Because
mean-
if you merge a bunch of metals, it becomes an alloy.
Oh, shoot.
So that's they should have named and prepared that way. Sorry.
Damn, bro. I mean, you should go tell him.
I will do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that was a huge moment for us, like being able to grow this thing that was like, you know, two guys just like
Just two guys
Literally-
having a good time. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we were working ourselves to death.
Mhm.
Like what we were doing was not sustainable. Like we worked like 12, 14-hour days every single day
Damn.
and did a lot of the work. And without the sort of support that Defy allowed us to get, I would have burnt out a long time ago. So big props, even though, you know, some of your decisions I don't agree with, Defy. Rest in peace.
Looking for another way to connect with loved ones over the holidays? Jackbox Games is back with the Jackbox Party Pack 7, a new pack of 5 unique party games to please everyone in the room or on your video call. Try games like Quiplash 3, where you and your friends battle head-to-head with hilarious answers to quirky prompts. Channel your inner artist by drawing a character in Champed Up, then take on other players to see if your hero will become the champion. Try to survive the collaborative chaos of the devils and the details, where you and your friends must work together to complete tasks before the time runs out. Jackbox games are available on Steam for Windows or Mac computers, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, iPad, and more. And players can use their smartphones or web-enabled devices as controllers. Most games support 3 to 8 players, but also have audience play-along for up to 10,000. To learn more, visit jackboxgames.com.
Number 10.
10. Number 10.
Smosh games.
The
Yeah.
launching of it?
The launching of Smosh games, yeah.
Because you all merged with Clever, right? Or was that it was Clever
No,
Gaming
Yeah.
first?
like people from Clever Gaming came over into Smosh
Oh.
games.
Exactly. Yeah. So we created Smosh Games when Alloy acquired us. Alloy also owned this thing called Clever. Part of Clever was this thing called Clever Games, which we took a couple of those people and merged them with ourselves and Mari. We created Smosh Games because gaming was a thing that was growing, and
Sure.
we played the whole reason for us starting a games channel was a couple times on lunchtime at Smosh, Ian is bored. We got like a Sims brand deal, and we played Sims on our second channel.
That's pretty cool.
And it blew up. Like, people loved it, and they're like, play more video games, play more Sims. And we were like, well, this isn't really a gaming channel. Smosh Games. So that's what we did, and Smosh Games lives on.
And it kind of was the first, I mean, Mari was, but the first era of hiring new talent.
Yeah. I mean, Mari was the first one when we hired her on for like almost
First
like
Smosh
the
Pit
second
Weekly.
the second iteration of our second channel with Smosh Pit Weekly, and then we were like, well, Mari, do you play video games? And she was like, I like video games. We're like, good enough. And then somewhat connected, number 11. Smosh Summer Games.
Well, number 11.
Yeah. Just like great times. It was originally created as a way to bring Smosh Games and regular Smosh talent together.
Yeah, this was after you'd hired 5 new people.
Yeah. It was after we hired y'all, and we were working on opposite sides of the building, and we weren't really like, there wasn't a lot of collaboration between the two channels.
We tried to. We had like organized collab shoots, so like we would pop into each other's videos occasionally.
Yeah.
But yeah, we never saw each other, never spoke to each other. It really was just like a big bonding exercise.
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah, it really was. I remember there was like something with like you guys sitting on a hammock at the
That
beach
was
house.
camps. That was
No,
camp.
at the beach house. There was like something like you, or maybe it was like Shane. I don't know. It was like Joe. I'm just saying names now.
Wait, what happened with this hammock? I don't.
No,
the
it was just-
thing I
it
know
was
about
just
the hammock was a
cute.
bad thing.
Oh, well, not that.
Yeah,
Who was it? Lasercorn? He like rocked.
that was camp.
Yeah, that was camp. But that was the
We had
hammock
bad-
where
we
the
had bad
hammock
hammock
broke.
luck.
The hammock broke and then
Yeah.
like almost broke their butts.
Yeah.
But no, this is just like I think I have like an old video or old picture of it, and I was like, oh, came across. I was like, oh, it was like just a couple of you guys, just like arms over each other, just like looking at the sunset.
Oh, that's like a pic that we all
Yeah.
sat. I didn't. Are we sitting on a hammock? I
I don't know.
think it was like maybe a swing, like a
I think there was a
wooden swing.
horse. I think there was a horse. Pretty sure it was a
Cute.
horse.
We got to get to the bottom of this. I got to figure this out.
Now I need to put a horse in the Smosh video.
I don't think we've ever. Well, we did.
I wanted one for Red. We were gonna do a Red Dead music video, and I
Yeah.
wanted one.
Yeah.
I was
That's
dead set
right.
on it.
One day your horse girl dreams will come true, Courtney. I
Damn
promise.
straight.
For
Smosh is
that,
gonna pay for it.
for that, I promise you.
Dude, why didn't we do every horse girl ever? Or did we?
I'm not like other horse girls, okay?
Yeah, I know. It's because you're totally different from the horse.
Smosh Summer Games. I mean, it started as a bonding exercise, and it just like it. We really just. I think we made some really great
It
content.
became the ultimate success of the Smosh brand. Like honestly, we were always like that was the kind of the thing that we looked forward to.
It was like a
every
big
year.
like tentpole event.
Yeah, and every year, like the fan base was super excited every year too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it became a legacy, I think.
Yeah, the teams and like everyone got to
It
root for
started so
somebody.
small.
This sounds like a sad top moment, but it is. It's still like it's. I would. It's like this is also like memorable. No, it's a top moment. Anthony leaving and hold on. Anthony leaving and finding his own thing.
Okay.
So it's a top moment.
I'd say so, because we're not just doing favorites here. It's like defining moments of Smosh. Anthony leaving Smosh, even from my perspective as a newbie at that time, because that was right after I joined, it was a huge deal.
Yeah.
Colossal. And people still are like, where's Anthony? Some people do it as a meme, but other people are
A lot of people do it as a meme.
but still, yeah.
It was a good moment for him, but it's also a good moment for us because it did force us to, well, we had a lot of things that we wanted to change on Smosh and that we wanted to evolve, and this gave us that chance. It was a big moment for everybody.
And it is really cool seeing what Anthony's doing now. He's got a clear path on like what his content is, and it's really exciting to see him do it too. Like it was, I think it was for the betterment of everybody.
Yeah. 100%. Number 13. Smosh getting rescued by Mythical.
Unreal. That I remember hearing that. Because I was pretty mad at you because I was like, I don't know what's going on. Because like we didn't know what was going on. We've talked about it on the pod. We're like, you didn't want to bear any news to get people's hopes up. But also it was like really scary just like not knowing it all. I remember I was in Utah when you called me in the snow. And when you told me that Mythical was possibly going to buy us.
Yeah.
That blew my mind because obviously we've watched lots of Mythical back in the day, Rhett and Link. Like I was watching Rhett and Link in the era where they were doing like they had the balloon video and the pillow video and the zebra dance video. Like that was when I was
back
watching
in like Rhett and Link.
Fun story fact. Fun story fact.
Fun story for fun
years
fact.
and years ago, my family was going to a Maroon 5 concert. And we were driving through LA. I was very unfamiliar with LA, but we were driving through the street and we see Rhett and Link standing at the curb about to cross the street. Me and my sister rolled down our windows. We're like, we didn't know what to say, but we were like, hey!
Yeah.
And they didn't, I don't think they saw
They're
us.
so tall, the sound waves didn't reach them.
Sound waves didn't reach them. But that was my first time seeing a YouTuber in real life, was Rhett and Link standing on a curb.
And you're
What's
definitely
crazy?
like the biggest, like,
Well, it's
you
funny
like Good
because
Mythical Morning.
I really like Good Mythical
Stan.
Morning, but I didn't. I had seen their stuff back in the day, but when I really started watching them was with when Defy shut down and I was home alone a lot and I was like, well, I need to find a source of revenue. And I started streaming because I was like, I'm bored. I want to make something that's mine. Yeah. So I started streaming and I would do that at night. And then during the day, I would just go on YouTube and just watch Rhett and Link and just marathon it. And so that I only really started watching them at that time.
That's
so for
crazy.
months, it was just Rhett and Link. And then for you to, of all things, say like, yeah, it's potential that we're going to be purchased by Good Mythical Morning. I was like, what is this, man? Did I die 10 years ago and I'm stuck in a simulation? Like, this is crazy.
Weird. That whole time was so crazy. And I know that like when I was trying to like figure it out and get it all together, I couldn't really tell you guys that much. And I know that at that time that seemed like I was being really secretive for nefarious reasons, but it's like, honestly, I couldn't tell you guys.
Naughty, you teasing me.
I know.
TikTok reference.
Oh, okay.
What are you, 32 or something?
Yeah. Almost 33.
Oh, God.
14.
Number 14.
Numbin 42.
This one's, I mean, it's a top moment because I'll never live it down. Do you have any guesses?
I do. 2 truths and a lie.
That's right.
Oh my God.
The 2 truths, 1 lie with Pam.
Oh my God.
It'll never not elicit a physical reaction from me.
Yeah.
I've never unintentionally hurt somebody more than that. So that goes down as like one of the, I mean, like, man, we should have won. Look, we should have won a Streamy for that episode. Nobody's created drama better than that.
Well, people do it on purpose because I've seen a lot of TikToks where they like make fun of things or like, I'm going to go back. I've seen a lot of TikToks where like pranks go way too far and it's always like a boyfriend and a girlfriend being like, baby, I cheated on you, baby, we should break up. And I'm like, that's shitty in the first place, but you did it by accident.
Yep.
Did it by accident. It's also
Sprayed her with water.
That was the most
in her worst moment. Sorry.
Dude, yeah. Because I was like, oh man, I felt right there with her.
You guys were there to witness it.
Shayne, that was the most angry I've ever seen Shayne in a video, because that's the point where he yells, he's like, what is going on? Because like we really thought there was a weird up version of this universe where this was how you were doing it and you thought it was good because you were being honest or something.
Well, because sometimes you can take a joke a little far. Like, yeah, every once in a while we've all done it, but like there is a world where a version of Ian might have been saying
thought
that.
this would have been you being honest or something, but yeah,
God.
it was just
Big
a
ol'
scary
yikes.
alternate reality. But yeah,
Glad we're past that.
glad we're past that. And Pam, I think, is doing well.
Yeah.
I think so. We still chat. I started playing Final Fantasy 14, so we started talking about that.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
Final, so capping it off.
Numbing Numbing 1-5.
Numbin 1-5.
Numbin 1-5.
That's how we say number now.
Numbing 1-5.
I'm gonna get a numbing.
My numbing
Numbin
1
Gonna go to
Jane.
Gonna go to McDonald's. Can I get a yum yum one?
Ew, no.
Numbing 1
Okay, what is it? What is it?
large
I wanna know
McDonald.
Smosh joins Twitch.
Whoa.
Big moment, man. This is like the first like big crazy content change that we've done in a long time. It's a big move, like a big change from what we've ever done. I've realized that I have a lot of fun on it. I didn't know what exactly was going to happen, but it was just like, let's try this, and I'm enjoying it. And I think we have a good team behind us, and I think we're making some really, really fun stuff.
I agree.
Oh, great. Sorry, I was altering my top 5 list.
Oh. So that does it for my top 15 Smosh moments. Top of the
Tobin.
Tobin.
Smosh Tobin.
Topher Grace.
Topher Grace foot
Tofu
lettuce.
soda.
So,
All right. Well, if you guys want to bring Shane into this, he is standing by ready on that Zoom
Shane's
call. Shane is here.
you mean from Shane and Top
All right,
from
so
Goldman.
We're going to call in the Shane Goldberg Top. He had to legally change his middle name to Goldberg. All right. So that was my top 15
Number 15.
Smosh moments. But now I'm going to hear from you little turds. What were your top 5 moments? And to get them, I got this one and only Shane Goldberg Top here. He's calling in from his own domicile.
He is quarantining because of the Goldberg. Say hey, Shania.
Hello, Angel.
Hi, Charles. Hi, Charles. I'm Lucy Lou now.
Guys, I'm calling you live from my toilet seat.
Dude, nice.
I'm Drew Barrymore.
I am Cameron Diaz. So who wants to?
Yeah,
do you guys want to
you
go?
guys doing all right?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
we
you
can hear
great.
you.
Yep,
Oh, no, I asked if you guys are doing all right.
Oh, we're doing good, man.
we're
Just,
doing
you know,
good.
yeah.
So how would you guys like to do this? Would you like to each say all 5 of your things, or would you like to go around?
Finity was saying we do all 5.
Yeah, that
each,
makes
right?
Yeah, it
sense.
might be easier because
Yeah,
Shane's on a
Yeah, that
little
makes
metal
sense.
box.
That makes sense. And now you're the princess.
Because everybody else has more perspective than I do and have been here longer, may I go, since mine will be a little more bare bones?
Please.
My perspective on the Smosh stuff is I watched them as a teenager, fell off for a long time, became aware of them again when Shane joined, and then now I'm a part of it. Mine will be a little bit more of a smattering, and I viewed it as most important defining things that happen, not necessarily favorite, because there's some rough ones too. So I think the biggest one right off the bat, Pokemon song getting front page access. I mean, it introduced me to y'all. I think it major mark in history.
Yeah, that's a weird mark. It's a weird mark.
What about the one that's
That's
Matt's
what my
brother?
dermatologist said.
Hey, my dermatologist.
But it's a format that is still relevant, so it's kind of cool in a way. You know, people are still lip syncing
Lip-syncing?
the music.
That's crazy, man.
It's darn cool.
It's crazy.
The addition of new cast members was another huge defining moment because that's when you guys added longevity to the channel, not just 2 young men doing their thing, which has a time limit if you're just by yourselves. Now you have more people and you've turned yourself into this comedy brand, and there's more people that can come in, and
Bringing in more voices
More
and
voices.
different perspectives.
Yeah,
yeah.
because I'm just f***ing suburban
One lane Jane.
white boy.
That's why I call you behind your back. You
Suburban white
fucking
boy.
Suburban white boy, but I'm
Man.
also yelling it at the mirror.
Oh,
So that to me was huge, and it's a big step too for y'all to be able to like take something that was just yours and be like, you know what, it's time to do it and do it right. So I also think the introduction of the every blank ever format really made a mark. It's how things got both. It was both comfortable for the past couple years of doing that, but also pushed the envelope. Like, it was getting a lot of views and allowed us to explore different spaces. You know, can we mess with brands? Can we mess with these celebrities? Like, what are we doing? And that's how I came to know modern Smosh.
Yeah, it was the first videos to not have the shut up intro.
That's right. That's
People
very cool.
were shook.
Yeah, we were trying to phase the shut up out, and that was a good like starting point, I think. I forgot about that.
How come you wanted to phase it out?
Because it was old. It was old and overplayed, and it just like, do we really want to like also having to come up with like a different thing to say to shut up after that long was a little annoying. But it was also just like we had been doing it since 2006. I think it was time to just move on, not do it.
Yeah,
you know.
I put the Defy shutdown / the mythical acquisition all as one, because I sort of view it as one event in history.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, the Defy shutdown was crazy. I know we've gone into it on the podcast multiple times, but like, you know, I tend to join things later in their life, you know, and it's just sort of a pattern I've had like in my 20s, like where
So random
and this. And there was another channel I joined for a minute very briefly before this that was trying to do what y'all did and add new members to their comedy brand. I joined that. And then after one sketch, the audience was like, we miss the old people. And they didn't even tell us that we weren't going to be coming back. So the next video they uploaded was like, we heard you and they're coming back with just the normal dudes. And I'm like,
my God.
Guess I'm fired. So I always join things at the end. So when the Defy shutdown happened, I was like, yeah, this tracks. This makes sense. And so it refreshed my outlook on life to have Mythical purchase everything and actually, you know, give us creative autonomy and have, you know, be brought back, because I was exclusively games before that. And I really wanted to, I'm like, now that we're not held down by Defy, can I do sketch? So like, it was all just, such a cool.
And this is the perfect time to mention, next week, Anthony's coming back and we're getting rid of everybody.
Oh my God, don't do this.
I mean, dude, at this point, we're too powerful. We'll start our own channel. Shane, Courtney, me, we'll grab everybody. We'll do it. All right. Big thing number 4 for me was the Smosh West Coast tour.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that was a thing that other creators have done, but for us to like do live content, which we had not done before at that point, other than Smosh Live, but like in front of a large audience, tour bus every night, like that's an experience I'll never forget. It was exhausting. It physically exhausted me to the point where I was like, I can't do this any longer. But I had so much fun.
Yeah, it was a huge learning experience. Like I don't know how much we've actually talked about like what the road was like and stuff, but it was definitely like I learned a lot as a woman on tour, like what it's like to do your skincare routine or your makeup by yourself on a tour like that. Like it was definitely, that was an interesting experience. And then like us learning that it's hard to try not to laugh every night, and either like we struggled between new bits and keeping the bits that worked because we are not improv professionals, but we did what we could.
Yeah, no, everyone did a great job. Shane, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, we did that in 2015, right? It feels like it was 5 years
That's
ago.
funny.
It's so funny. We were joking on stage. We made a couple jokes about like, oh, there's like a pandemic starting, so we gotta like, you know, be careful, bro.
I don't remember us saying that early.
Was that during Smosh tour or was that during Smosh Australia?
I made a joke about it on the tour.
Wow, man.
I don't remember it on the tour. I do remember it in Australia.
That means you were also warned in January.
Yeah, I was there. I was there with the president. We all knew in January.
Oh my God.
And then my Nummin' 5. Nummin' 5 is Smosh Australia. Because I think, you know, people have been asking us for years, like, come to England, come do this. And we've done conventions as a group, and it's always a wonderful, fun experience. Going on the road to do conventions is like one of my favorite parts of this job. I miss doing little random travel things where it's like, over the weekend, you're going to this convention, you're going to be in Boston for a couple days. Cool. Like, I love that stuff. I love seeing new places. Yeah. But for us as a group to go, like, as a company to Australia with a charity aspect involved, like,
that was awesome.
Because there was, right? There was charity aspect for Smosh Australia. Yeah, for the shirts for the fires.
Yeah, that was
its own thing. Yeah. But we also happened to be going out there. But there was that aspect for sure.
But it was just so cool to me. Like that to me is a sign of like making it. Like not only are you just being dispatched to a couple conventions here and there, you're traveling internationally to do it, and people
Also,
are there to see you. Like
all expenses paid, baby.
I mean, that was cool too. Yeah, I finally got paid for work instead of having to pay you guys to let me chill here. So
Yeah, I know,
it was
it's pretty great.
It was
right?
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Finnerty. And those are my top 5 from a very limited perspective.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Thanks for having me here. I've never been happier.
Very nice. I
Well,
would say
gosh,
Shane can go right ahead.
Damien's gonna
next.
hate this news later when everyone gets replaced.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it makes sense.
it's like SNL.
That's true. I will be the Keenan Thompson staying around longer than you'd expect.
Can you?
Yeah, I can half smile through every sketch.
Shane, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go next. I was thinking about the ones that came to mind, and these are the 5 that like really just stand out. I think about these moments a lot. First one, and a lot of these are
Yes.
obvious, but the first one is obviously every summer and winter games that we ever did. It's just insane. It's insane that we got to do those and get to do those. We obviously want to do more. Every single time we did them, even in the like tough moments, because there was always a tough moment every single summer winter games because it's so much work, but it was just so ridiculous.
Mhm.
And it was so fun to get together and be literally just doing a reality competition show for a week.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It really truly is not a job. Those were kind of like week-long parties, and
Very much so.
they're so much fun, every single one of them. Even the ones that, like I said, even if the weather was hot or miserable and we were filming nonstop, it was still, I look back and they were a blast.
Yeah, we really.
Except for We Blew It. We can all agree that one.
Even
one's-
that
No,
one
man,
was.
even then, I look back and it had really fun moments. Now
That's
obviously,
true.
it wasn't a
That
trip,
bouncy-
which added to it. But I
Yeah.
don't look back on that and go, that was a miserable experience. I look back and I'm like, that was really fun. It was just different. It was just crazy. Like
That's true. Damien discovered the extent of his hive rash.
Oh, dude, yeah, that one I will gladly say that sucked. But that was just for me. That wasn't anybody. Yeah.
Who was the person that bounced on that bouncy thing like super hard and like landed with their face?
Wasn't that
Joven.
me?
Was it Joven?
No, they showed
Was
a
it
lot
you?
of fails. I got
Well,
epic fail of the year for doing
Ari-
that bounce thing.
Oh, yeah.
Ari also got kind of messed up, I think, from the GoPro hitting her face.
Oh.
Wait, was
And then
that?
I also had an asthma
one?
attack / panic attack in one of those balls too. That was actually a very
yeah.
bad couple of days for me. I'll be honest. But all the other summer and winter games were awesome.
Oh, when we were all in those balls, that was ridiculous.
That was one
like
of the
everyone,
yeah.
like I remember almost everybody gassed out like halfway through the competition.
And just
like
all
people
the
just
balls
gave
were just
up.
like rolling around in their own
Yeah.
corners.
I'm like waving down, people being like, I can't breathe, like waving down, and then people are seeing me like just like, hey,
Yeah,
buddy,
hi.
and I was like, this is how I die. Like people
There
are just
was-
like, what's up, dude?
You know what? There were some good competitions in there. I
were.
enjoyed
Yeah,
that
I think
one.
they thought you wanted the camera.
Oh, totally. In theory, it all makes sense. I just selfishly those couple days were like, but it
I will
still
say,
looks cool.
like it's like Shane said, like even in those bad times, like when it's too hot or too cold after jumping in the snow in our swimsuits straight out of a hot tub, like we are suffering together. And at the end of the day, even like things like We Blew It, like that was the last one at Defy and the first one at Defy, we didn't sleep in the same house. It was cool to, when those shoots were over, kind of hang out together. And like that was kind of what made me love this job so much, was those quality times.
The big fam all coming together.
yeah. How you feeling, Shane? What's your 4?
Number 4. Now, these are all kind of. I don't really have these ranked. It's tough to rank them because
I don't think
all
we
so different.
did.
Now, I'd say I'm going to go with number 4 being, you know what? I'm going to go with Smosh Live. I have to shout it out again. That
Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah.
Live is just ridiculous as well. Like Summer Games and Smosh Live, they just have no business having ever like. It's crazy that we get to do them, and there's a lot. Our job is really tough. A lot of weeks. There's a lot of times where you're going to work and it feels like it's work, even though it's what we love to do. But those experiences when we were actually doing them. It is you get to do those things, and Smosh Live, although Smosh Live was a ton of work. I mean, it was a month of preparation. The actual day of doing it was so insane. It just felt like something different.
It was it was a total accomplishment. The fact that I remember the moment after it was after dress rehearsal, it was the final performance and the applause it was ending. We did the final joke and Joe was right there next to the camera just being like, you did it. With this thumbs up, just you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Hangman sketch, that moment that obviously gets played a lot when I'm sitting there kind of pausing. I really think I was sitting there kind of thinking about what was happening in that moment. I was kind of like, holy crap, we're doing this. And this is crazy.
And also big props to the production company that handled that whole live show.
That shit was profesh.
Yeah, because it was a big sponsored brand deal that Defy snagged, and a lot of money went into the company that handled the whole live production, and they pulled it off almost perfectly. There was not a single thing wrong with it, except for the credits where they wrote Smosh.
I love that.
That happened on tour too. And on tour.
Yeah.
Smosh Live, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Sorry, Shane, continue.
It was just so much fun. And Damien, I think you get the feeling it felt very similar to when we did our live recordings on So Random.
Cool.
It's just, getting in front of a live audience and doing it is so much more nerve-wracking, but once it's done, you feel so alive. You just feel such a rush from it. And it's really a blast. And and that was, and I would say Tour had that vibe as well, but Smosh Live was just the first time, and it was so early on in this job for me. I mean, I hadn't even been here a year. So it was just crazy for us to be doing something like that so quickly. But
hell yeah.
But I love it, and I think all the sketches from it really. Number 3, I would go with. I think this is a really cool moment. Was just the inception and creation of the Damien and Shayne show. Because years prior, before I even joined Smosh, Damien and I talked about doing a YouTube channel and playing video games or whatever. And it just never really panned out. It's really tough to start a YouTube channel.
When you joined Smosh, we couldn't. And that's how it goes.
Of course,
you had
but
an awesome opportunity.
Even before I was on Smosh, it was just a thing that we talked about, but we knew it was such a serious undertaking, and without any platform to begin with, we'd have to start from scratch, and that's so hard to do. Props to people who do it, but as everyone knows, it takes years, and we weren't in a place where we felt like we could do it. We didn't think it was possible, but it was something we dreamed about, and we're like, that would be so cool. And then, suddenly, years later, we were doing it, and it just kind of it was holy crap, we did it. And the show didn't last forever, but also at this point, it's kind of there's a, with so many episodes on Pit and Games that kind of end up becoming a Shayne and Damien show. So it's it does live on, and it's just a very cool thing. It's one of those things where you look back and you go, oh, at one point I thought this was impossible, and now here I am doing it. And,
dude, that means so much. Thank you.
Yeah, so it was really just a cool thing.
Two bros broing it out.
Just two bros broing it out. Then I'm going to go to my 4th pick, which is as you guys
the
also
time Courtney
mentioned,
was Shayne on Damien and Shayne show.
The 4th one is the shutdown, which I think is about roughly 2 years ago when it looked like Smosh was going to go away, and we all essentially lost this job for several months. And the reason it actually stands out now as special was because it is so easy to take things for granted, and we obviously were at a point, especially back in those times, things were very stressful, and I think I definitely took this job for granted a lot. And then when it went away, it was only then that I realized how special this was and how much of a family we all were. And a lot of those people that left or that lost their jobs in the shutdown, they moved on to other jobs, and it's sad to see them go, but they're also a lot of them are doing great things now. But I realized just how great of a thing it was and is, and obviously when it came back and we've rebuilt and we're back to where that is, I'd say even growing beyond that now. But you kind of do have to lose things sometimes in order to realize how special they are. And I think it really made me grateful for this job to lose it for a couple months, because I think otherwise it was just this thing that I had and was working on for years, and it's easy to forget. And so it serves as a reminder for me about how special this whole thing is.
Yeah, that shutdown definitely was like a lull kind of in life in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it was definitely a moment where we realized how much this was a huge part of our lives, because it's not a job. It's literally an entire lifestyle. And you do have an entirely new family that all of a sudden we didn't have a place where we were all together anymore. Some people had no choice but to move on. Others just wanted to try something new. And like, that was a moment in time where I was realizing a lot about myself, about my life. That was when I had Django, and I realized I couldn't be a dog parent anymore. It was a huge check-in moment.
Mm-hmm. Selfishly, it was special for me because I did start streaming on Twitch, and it was the first thing I'd ever done that was my own. That was like sort of what Shayne and I had talked about previously. Like, you can just sit home and do this thing, and I actually found some success there. And it was a big like eye opener, being like, if something were to go away, I would not crumble.
Right.
Like I could actually do something, anything.
It's funny because like I think during the shutdown, because I was so focused and so busy on getting it back, that I don't feel like I had a sort of crisis moment until it came back. And then I was like, oh, I have this new responsibility, and what am I supposed to do? So I feel like my crisis moment actually happened once we actually came back. I never really had a chance to really sort of just like
Stop and reflect.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't have any time to reflect because it was just like, okay, well, I don't think it's going to be gone forever. I think I need to just try to work on getting this thing back.
Yeah. And that energy was what it needed.
Yeah.
That was necessary.
But that's really interesting, Shayne. Okay. So that's your fourth?
Yeah, and then my fifth is a very, very strange throwout, but I was thinking about it, and I just think it is a very special moment that is very forgotten. But it's more special, I think, for us as the cast than it is as the viewers. It's a very old, forgotten video. I don't think it ever did that well. But basically, there was a time. This is back. I want to say this was maybe late 2015 or early 2016, and the entire cast, Ian, Anthony, and the squad, were in Sacramento. We were staying in the Smosh house at the time, and there was a night where we were all just kind of hanging out, talking, and we realized one of the air mattresses that one of us slept on was kind of deflated. But it allowed for one person to lay on the air mattress and someone else to jump on the other side of the air mattress and launch that person.
Yeah.
And we just started to just launch each other on this and see who could get the most air. And we were just having a blast. And then eventually, I think it was Ian who was like, should we just get the camera out and film and record this? And we did. And we made a vlog just very like naturally. It wasn't planned out. Wow. It wasn't like a thing. And I think for me, it was kind of like a window into, what probably Smosh started off as, was Ian and Anthony just having fun and being like, let's record this. And, it's one of those rare times where I felt like we kind of transported back in time, and we all just did that for that moment. And obviously it's hard to do that on a regular basis when this is a whole operation. We have so many people who are employed here who rely on this job. We have to keep it moving. We have to keep planning. We have to think things through. We can't just do things on a whim all the time. And we still do. It's not like we don't. But in that moment, it just so came from like spur of the moment.
Hell yeah.
And it was just so funny. And it was just cool. It was just like a moment where I feel like old Smosh and the modern Smosh overlapped for a second.
That's sick.
That's so true. Like that was a spontaneous moment where we were all legitimately laughing together, and there's no like producers and tons of cameras around like we normally do, and it's normally like how we prefer to do it. But like, yeah, that was kind of the start of it. In a way, like a lot. Then we had many videos kind of after that were almost similar in a way, of us not so much spontaneous, but us being able to loosely just have fun together.
I think it is like a window. It is like a window in, because we do get along when the camera's not on, but people don't ever usually see that. Like they only see the videos that we have planned out. So yeah, that's very interesting, Shayne, because that probably is one of those moments where we were honestly just hanging out and having a good time, and we just decided to record it. Whereas normally it's planned.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And anyone who goes back and watches that video,
doing it right now.
I think what separates it is when we were recording it, we weren't necessarily planning on posting it. Like,
Yeah, we were like, I don't know.
We were like, let's see, this might work, but it wasn't the intention as we were filming. It was not, we got to make this a good video. So it really is just genuinely kind of like a home video that's posted on Smosh.
That's wild. I gotta watch that.
Slow-mo jump. Is that it? Slow-mo jump?
I don't know.
I can't see what's the thumbnail.
Oh, well, shoot. It's this.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
That's the weirdest thumbnail
So
too. You can't
funny.
tell what's going on.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm gonna have to watch that. That sounds
Yeah,
Sending
no,
it to
that
you.
that one
such
got
a
me in
weird
my
time
gut,
capsule.
Shayne. That was like a really good memory to bring back, because like that was a very like simple moment that was bigger than I realized.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good num in 5, Shayne.
That's a good num 5. Well, thank you, Shayne. Courtney? Courtney
All
time?
right.
Gungo?
Some of mine are similar to you guys, so I'm gonna try and be unique. Try to be different. But also a couple of these are a little self-serving, so I'm sorry.
I mean, we all did
They
that.
are things that are like I'm personally like proud of that we
They're
did.
top 5 to you.
They're top 5 to me, and also like I think that they were very progressive for the Smosh brand. I will bring up Smosh Australia. Like that
Yeah.
was my first time being in another on another continent, and like being like spending a ton of time in another country. I'd only ever been to like Mexico, and that was an incredible experience. Like being with you guys. And then
Just the freedom too of just like we kind of like split off and did like our own things with the different groups, and we meet back up for lunch. And
it really was like 50-50 work and play too.
Yeah.
Like I really hope we go and do another Supernova one day.
that'd be great.
Great.
It was like 20% work, 80% play.
I would
I'd
say
say
it was
more
like
than that.
60-40.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Sure.
Because we had like the meet and greet in the middle.
That's true,
And
that's
the
true.
vlogs.
Yeah, because we also had it was, when it was pitched to, and I love it either way, but when it was pitched to us, it was like, guys, we're just going to have a couple meet and greets, and then we have like a full week in Australia, and then it became like every day where it's like, well, today we're going here to film this video, and we need to do move
That's
here
true.
to prep for this, and we need to catch this flight to get here. So it was a lot of work, but it was fun as hell.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to co-opt your top 5.
No, it's okay.
stop it.
Okay, I'm gonna take a step back and go to the shutdown again, but I'm going to bring up the Fiat Jack in the Box vlog.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
Which I still think we need
that's
to do
fun.
more of.
I think that stuff was great. This one's important to me specifically because it was us coming together. I'm sorry, Damien, you weren't there.
No, it's okay.
But it was something we all came together to do because we wanted to do fun content, and it was something that I filmed and I edited myself and created the thumbnail for. And that was very new and cool to experience because, like, I back in the day used to make my own YouTube videos before Smosh, and then I did it more during Smosh. It was just like a really fun, everyone was just being silly and themselves and like eating food, and it did really well. So that was really cool.
I remember having to figure out how to upload videos again because it'd been like 8 years since I had to upload a video myself.
I'm jumping even back further
this
now.
Numb in
Sorry.
3?
This is like very, yeah. Is this Numb in 3? Yes.
Numb in 3.
This one is way back in the past. I'm all over the place again. I'm sorry. This was seriously super stupid sleepover.
Yeah.
It was my first time hosting a show ever. And it was something that I got thrown into that was originally going to be just Olivia's show.
Oh.
And Olivia was this girl that I met randomly on a day where I was friends with Viners, and I invited them all to come to this like prop warehouse that I was like friends with the owner, and she was there, and I was super intimidated by how pretty she was, and she ended up being this then in that week she had us all sit down. She's like, guys, I'm auditioning for this channel called Smosh. I don't know, like, I have these character pitches, but like I have no idea what I'm doing. And like we all sat there, and she was being Olivia. And it was so funny where like she was so not sure of what she was doing, but it felt like intentional. And it was so funny. We're like, Olivia, just do that. Like, just do that. You're going to get it.
Yeah.
And then, months later, she asked me if I wanted to put together a comedy reel for you guys. And then, another month later, I'm sitting with her doing this show that eventually we leveled up to do Whoa Nature Show. But like her and I went through a lot together. We went through a lot, it was like not an easy process, sleepover. It was like really hard. I think as female hosts or like just being female talent, you learn how to deal with a lot or learn what's a good experience and a negative experience. But like that was like we needed each other, and we worked really hard together, and it wasn't easy. It was really fun, and I learned a lot. Like, and we had so many guests on that show that like some of them are even huger now, or like have had lots of controversies and etc. But
well,
yeah,
I know like we never put out the Jake Paul episode, did we?
But we did do a video where we reacted to it and talked about it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Wow.
that was like around the Team 10 era when we were like, geez.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then Logan Paul and Amanda Cerny had an episode together.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a wild time. And like, and then eventually we hosted another show together, the Whoa Nature Show, which basically felt like the production value felt like a TLC show. TLC. So that's why Sleepover is a big chunk for me, because it was like my worlds kind of came together. Me loving Smosh, me meeting this friend from Vine. I loved YouTube. And then number 4, another bit, a little bit. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Girls Are Gross.
Yeah.
Because that was the first female-centric music video that Smosh ever did. Like, that's a dream that I've had in my back pocket for a long time, is like, I love music videos. I've always wanted to make them. And like, I had pitched Girls Are Gross, or like the concept of it, back at Defy. And like, it just kind of didn't seem like anybody was excited about it. Kept it in my pocket for a long time, and then pitched it again years later, and like it got picked up like that. And then like everybody worked so hard on it. I think it was a big moment for me, and like, okay, the female talent are like we're here, like this is us. We're like, so yeah, I'm really proud of the girls that got to be a part of that, and like Monica helped co-direct it, and she obviously helped write the song with Finnerty. That was a big moment for me, and I also helped design that merch for it that got donated to Weave, the women's shelters.
Yep.
So that was really cool.
I think it was also like, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I mean, it was also, I'm assuming, a pretty big learning experience, because that song went through a lot of like work, right?
I think so.
You were there for, all the steps and the changes and everything. And I mean, do you feel like you kind of learned more about the process, like when you were making that song, or like?
I mean, I had no experience, so obviously I learned quite a lot. But I mean, it wasn't like shocking to me that the music, there was a lot of hands on it. Like, I wasn't really expecting to have like a ton of say in the final product, but it turned out great. And like, I pretty much had full reign on creating the vocals. Like, because, we had the lyrics and everything, but I recorded the demo at my apartment at 9:00 p.m. after drinking a couple ciders.
Oh.
And then we just kind of recreated it in the studio. Like,
yeah, we definitely need to get back more into making some songs. We might be doing that.
Nice.
maybe.
Just a little hint.
Namen 5.
Namen
5.
The Renaissance Fair vlog.
So fun.
I know. It's such a weird one. It's such a weird one. You guys covered.
So good.
I'm going with these dumb ones because you guys covered like a lot of the important ones.
Yeah.
Like, fine.
You just say it's good because you got Scottish egg.
Scotch egg.
No,
Scotch egg.
Because it was
What, Shane?
Because it was an idea that I pitched, and it finally saw the light of day.
What did you say, Shane?
No reference to Smosh the movie? Wow.
That was
I
earlier.
did. Yeah, I referenced that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Weren't you paying attention when we hadn't called you yet? So rude, dude.
Yeah, the Renaissance Fair, and maybe this is a silly one, and I have other better ones that I should have said. It's crazy because that video did so well.
So fun.
And nobody was really expecting it to, but that is my favorite stuff is like when we go places like the Disneyland vlogs. Sometimes they're hella stressful, but when we get to go to a fun place and experience something new together, it just, us in a new environment is like just it's always going to succeed. Like us being put somewhere weird, like we always, our personalities coming together, like it's always something fun. And I think that like the viewers can agree, like that's something that they love to see. I personally cannot wait until we're able to get out of this studio again.
I mean, that's true. I guess that is one thing kind of holding us back.
And Kevin was there for that. Like Kevin and Nancy were there filming this vlog.
It was great.
Where we got dressed up. Shayne hates dressing up, but we made him put on that the monk cloak.
He hates dressing up.
Oh yeah, and I wore his.
He always dresses up.
I wore his monk head, his hair.
Yeah, that weird ass wig on your head. Everybody was so funny in their own way in that video. It still makes me laugh. Shayne, what do you think?
I think that's a great pick. I think that was a lot of fun. And yes, Damien, I do hate dressing up. You know this.
Actually, unless this is a bit, I had no idea.
It's why I never wear outfits for Halloween. I don't know, because we dress up so much at work
that's my defense.
Dressing up outside of it, I'm just always like,
but now it's like your choice though. Like for work, a sketch is locked in place. But if it's like you can dress up as anything you want, I'm like, dude, yes, fun. But I didn't realize that. I can respect it, but I didn't realize. I got to be the Blue Knight and eat Scotch eggs.
Look you at the Blue Knight.
You're like, what kind of knight be you? A weeb.
I laughed so hard.
It's so fun.
But yeah, and like that, those kinds of vlogs, like those kind of have that charm of what Shayne mentioned with the mattress, the air mattress vlog is like, that's us on the fly. That we're not like, we don't have, I mean, sometimes we go like that crazy one where we planned neither of you were there. I randomly was like, guys, we should do a fake Disneyland marriage proposal in front of the castle.
Oh, I've seen that though.
And
I mean, that if you want to talk about videos that blew up, I mean, that video blew the up.
But that was one of the rare times where we had a planned, or like I at least had the idea like ahead of time where like we had a motive at the place. Like we did Disney bounding and stuff, but yeah, we just decided to freaking just go. We had some like loose like, oh, I might get knighted today, but like we literally, it was just us being us, having fun, experiencing something new together. And I think those are the things that make this job feel new again. Is the things like that.
And eating Scotch eggs.
Fried carnival style Scotch eggs.
I really look forward to being able to go to new things again and like taking you guys to cool places.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go back into crowds. Like, I mean, we should just do a Renaissance Fair part 2 when it's safe again. I'd definitely be down.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And you know what, Damien? Just for you, I will eat a whole Scotch egg.
Okay, but you can't chew. You got to just do it. This is the last.
Oh, those were so good. I think about them sometimes.
Me too.
All right. Well, that's everyone's top moment, top Smosh moments.
Is this the longest podcast we've ever done?
I mean, who knows?
It was like 2 straight hours of talking about stuff.
But I mean, you know, we got to send people out on a good one.
That's true.
As I mentioned at the beginning, we are going on a hiatus for the SmoshCast. The reason being, we got a lot of stuff we're doing. This sweatshirt is part of the reason. Twitch, baby. We got a lot of stuff. This pandemic that we're going through makes things a little bit more difficult to get everything together and working. And we just need to focus on the things that are the most important to us. Not that talking to you guys isn't important, but it's
a bonus.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, because we got Smosh main channel, we got Smosh Games, we got Smosh Pit, we got the Twitch channel.
And in a way, I think Twitch, I mean, it's not the same thing, but this was always our like foray into like, this is personal, one-on-one. It's just us talking to
Candid.
you. Twitch is that too, because we can't edit. So it's literally just us.
So in a way, on our Wednesdays, like those can kind of become the just chatting podcast.
So
what do you think, Shayne?
I agree.
Nice.
So I implore you guys, if you're not following us on Twitch, check us out. We're on there Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays 3 to 6 p.m. PST. Then
You're going so slow.
Wednesday.
1.2 times speed. Come on.
Wednesday.
No,
Wednesday
more.
is 3 to 5, and then Friday is 3 to 6. Be
That's
sure to
right.
check us out.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
do Board
He's a
AF,
Twitch
we
guy.
chat,
He
we
knows.
do video games, stuff like it's a good time. It's a
So-
good time. We love hanging out with you guys. So.
Yeah. So I mean, like, look, this we're not saying SmoshCast is going away forever. This is a
No.
break. We're taking a break. We're focusing on things that are most important. So we love you so much. We thank you for all the support that you guys have given us on the SmoshCast. It's been has it been 2 years?
It's
Pretty close.
yeah, pretty close.
It's been close to 2 years of doing a podcast that I never thought we'd ever do.
Shoot, dude.
Yeah, would
Yeah,
you say this is a
shoot,
whole shoot,
dude.
dude?
And speaking, well,
Do we have a shoot, dude?
I think
This is the shoot.
this
dude.
is the shoot, dude.
This is the most shoot. Dude.
I think my
this is the
shoot, dude, is
shoot,
that
dude.
psychic story that I had.
Yeah,
yeah,
shoot, dude.
that's
That was weird.
So this is, I mean, like really though, like shoot, dude.
Shoot, dude. This
Shoot,
has been
dude.
fun.
But don't worry, shoot, dude will live on, and you'll see in the future. Trust. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Especially Shane. Thank you for. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. I've got an important announcement. I've moved from the toilet into my shower because I think it can withstand what's coming out.
All right. Well, thank you, Shane. Thank you, Damien. Thank you, Courtney, and thank you guys so much for listening. We love you so much, and we'll see you around on all the other channels we got.
Literally everywhere.
Literally everywhere.
Literally.
Love you so much. Bye.
Love you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Shane.